So now the third testing technique is equivalence class testing technique is weak robust equivalence class testing technique. Under this weak robust equivalence class testing technique, so what is the major difference between robust here, weak robust and strong robust, and as well as weak normal and strong normal? Just we will give the difference. So previous two method which we have learnt or category which we have learnt, in that we are used valid input variable. Now in these two method we are using a invalid input variables. That is a major difference between so previous two methods and these two methods. So just that's why I am comparing separately. So that last category which we have learnt, that is a different as compared to this. Here the weak robust stands for robust is nothing but invalid values. Here we are specifying the values or inputs for a testing technique that are all outside the boundary values. So for example 1 to 10 is the upper limit and lower limit, then we are specifying -1 and as well as 11. So that we are calling it as an invalid input variables. So weak stands for single fault assumption. The value I told, single fault assumption means one input variable value we need to change, and other input variable we have to keep it as a nominal. So in that fashion we have to specify the test cases under the weak robust. Please remember, robust stands for invalid inputs and weak stands for single fault assumption. So now you can see this diagram. In this diagram, so x1 and x2 are the two input variables. So for these two input variable, this is what input domain range which we have already went through this diagram in the previous examples and previous categories. So A to B is a one class, B to C is another class, and C to D is another class or interval of the x1. Similarly, x2 intervals are so E to F and F to G. So these are the partitions which I have selected under the weak normal test cases. Now, so which are all the partitions you are selected as a valid input variable? For that valid input variable, we have to select a 1 invalid input variable. For example, this is the valid input variable. For this, I need to write one test case that should be a invalid input variable. Either you can select this partition or this partition or this partition for this. So these three are the invalid inputs. Now, so this is the one with valid input variable which I have selected. So for this, so this will becomes a invalid, or this, if you are selecting a value from this or else value from this, these three partitions becomes an invalid input variables. So for this partition, this will be the invalid input variable only. These two are the valid input variables. Therefore, this can be a invalid input variable for this partition. So they have explained over here. For a valid input, use one value from each valid classes. These are the valid classes or partitions which I have selected. For these valid classes or valid inputs, I need to select a one invalid input. A test case will have a one invalid value and the remaining value will be a valid values. Means whenever I am writing the test cases for this partition should have a one input should be an invalid input and other input can be a valid. Like that we need to specify the test case. For example, I'll tell you, for a triangle problem, so three inputs are there, A, B, C. One input value can be a invalid, like for example -1 is the invalid, and other two must be a valid input variable with the single fault assumption. If I am changing this one, then remaining the two should be a nominal. Nominal means 5, 5. So if I am changing next time B as a -1, then A and C should be a 5, 5. If I am changing C, then A and B should be 5, 5. Like this, we are going to, these two are the valid inputs and this will becomes invalid. These two are the valid input, this will be the invalid. So in that fashion, we need to specify the test cases for your under the weak robust testing technique. So here also there is no any hard and fast rule to identify the number of test cases. So based on the invalid input variable, we can specify that many number of test cases. So here I have selected the lower limit of the invalid input variable. Therefore, I have generated the 3 test cases. If I am talking about the upper limit is nothing but 1 to 10 is the range which we have specified a input domain range, then 11 will becomes invalid input. 11 5 5. So 5 11 5 and 5 5 11. You can see here, this is what one corner of the input domain range, this is another corner of the input domain range. This is what lower corner invalid inputs, this is the upper corner invalid inputs. So based on this, so we are going to specifying the test cases. Here you can see 1 2 3 4 5, total 6 test cases are there. All the 6 test cases are weak robust test cases. Like this we need to specify under the weak robust. I think I have cleared this one. Now I will move to the strong robust. Strong is nothing but, so from the every partition we have to select a one valid input variable, and for that valid input variable we have to select a one invalid input variable from all the partitions. So here the robust indicates once again the same thing, invalid input variable, but here weak stands for single fault assumption, but strong stands for multiple fault assumption. More than one input can be a invalid input variable over here, but in case of here one input variable will be a invalid but other input will be a valid. But in case of here, two or more number of input variable can be a invalid input variable. So that is the meaning of strong robust. Strong means multiple fault assumption. Multiple fault assumption is nothing but more than, so two inputs or two or more number of inputs can be a invalid input variable. Now, so for this partition I have to select a one invalid input. So for this valid input, so this will becomes invalid partition, this will becomes invalid partition. Similarly, so I will select all the partitions that are all acts as an invalid partitions. Now you can see this is the diagram for strong robust. So here these are all the partitions are invalid partitions for a valid input variables. So now I will give one example with the same triangle problem. If a triangle problem, if you are writing, so test cases under the strong robust, so ABC will be the inputs, 1 to 10 will be the upper and lower limit. Now, so multiple fault assumption, how to write the test cases for a strong robust? First, it should be a valid input, single fault assumption, then single fault assumption needs to be followed by the multiple fault assumption. Single fault assumption means -1 5 5 5 -1 5 5 5 -1. So now this is the single fault assumption which we have written, so for this weak robust. Then it needs to be followed by the multiple fault assumption. So for a one corner we are writing, that is lower inputs. Okay, so now second time these two can be a multiple fault assumption, then this will be a -1. Next this will becomes 5, this one will be multiple fault assumption. Then so here this is the -1 5 -1, you can see here, and last one is -1 -1 -1. If you want you can also specify -1. These are the test cases of for the triangle problem at one corner, so for strong robust. Now we can see the single fault assumption is followed by multiple fault assumption. So here multiple fault assumption means here A and B are invalid and one input variable is valid input variable. Here this is a valid input variable, these two are invalid input variable. Next time these two are the invalid, this will becomes valid. Next last test case is that is all invalid input variable. Either you can test this one or else that's purely left to you whether you want to include this one. So because it is a multiple fault assumption, there might be a possibility of all the input can be a invalid input variable. Now I have written test case for lower corner. Similarly you can write it for a upper corner also. So example I will tell you 11 5 5, then 5 11 5, then 5 5 11. Then so this is the single fault assumption. Next I need to jump it for multiple fault assumption. Two or more number of input should be a invalid. Now these two will be invalid, and next time these two will be invalid, that is this one 11 11, this will becomes 5. Next time this will be 5 and these two will be 11 11. Next time all can be a invalid inputs. So these are the test cases which we have written it for the triangle problem. This is how we can write the test cases under the strong robust and weak robust test cases. So This is what single fault assumption and multiple fault assumption which we are using under the weak, robust and strong robots. There is no any hard and fast rule to identify the number of test cases. This purely depends on the tester, how he will going to consider the test cases based on the single fault assumption and multiple fault assumption. Thank you.